In this special edition of Speedway The Inside Dirt, we have highlights from the last 4 years of New Zealand Superstock Championships, which start at the Max Motors Wellington Family Speedway, where Peter Rees won the 2015 New Zealand Superstock title. We then head up to Stratford Speedway to watch Shane Harwood claim his 2016 title. It's back down to the Robertson Holden International Speedway to watch Simon Joblin do the job at the 2017 New Zealand Superstock Champs, and it's back up to Waikaraka Family Speedway, where we watch the current defending champion William Humphries claim the 2018 New Zealand Superstock title. Up first, it's highlights from the 2015 New Zealand Superstock Championship at Max Motors Wellington Family Speedway. New Zealand Superstock title, the 2015 here at Max Motors Speedway.
The most incredible feeling. I've stuck, mate. I just won the race of my life as far as I'm concerned. I haven't won many races in my super, but I think it's the best one I've ever won. Fantastic. Oh yeah, great. I could just about cry.
Repechage number 2, once again, 12 laps.
One car through, and that's it. Who's it going to be? It's going to be all go at the front. Look at this thing, clean through, turn 1 and 2 for the first time.
Last heat, he started from grid number 10. Asher Rees puts the big bumper in. Graham Barr goes to the front. Asher Rees will be right on him now.
Here comes Graham Barr, the race leader, up the inside of the Wellington car, down. Watch out for Clay coming, folks. Keep an eye, we've got some flat right rears that are cutting up, so do be vigilant and watch out for people sitting next to you. The 42 with a half spin in front of the race leader, Graham Barr.
So the white flag is out, half a lap to go. Graham Barr, the current 3 NZ. Of times at this New Zealand title, and he will have the opportunity to stand there.
Right, we're not far off it. Folks, are you ready to rumble? Here we go. Now, we've talked about where cars are from. We've got people from all over the North Island, the South Island here to support their fans. Who's it going to be? A Palmy car, a Rotorua car. We've got Wellington out there, Paul, Nelson, Auckland, Stratford.
It is a very good spread of cars from across New Zealand and drivers here to compete. to be the 2015 New Zealand Superstock champion. Now it comes down to these 26 drivers, 26 cars, 45 laps. We are go for the New Zealand Superstock Championship. Great start from Kenley Brown on the outside of the front row, but it's Peter Bengston who gets a great start into the turn. Scotty Myers rides the concrete wall.
Huge hit.
That was a massive rollover. Paul Vasey, is it? No, Shane Malsop.
Yeah, look, I think he wants to carry on. He's back on his wheels. He's given thumbs up. I don't think he wants to get out of this. The car is still running.
Murray is just doing
the cage.
Murray's just doing a roll cage check now there, guys. So it looks like he may be able to continue if Murray gives the A1.
Yeah, Wayne Hemmy's got some pretty serious damage. He has a flat left front tyre and the side rail has a massive hit on it. It's split, but it's still hanging on at the moment. Paul Vasey also got problems they're wanting to check.
Malsop will be allowed to restart. Just talk to Murray, who's the chief scrutineer.
Shane Malsop, what a massive end-for-end barrel roll. Very spectacular, but let's see how he goes when they refire.
Reds are in, greens are on, and we're away. Oh, 17 has had trouble, couldn't get second gear. 17 to the infield. Kenny Brown gone. Bengston leads them.
Yeah, look, Shane Malsop, he's not in a hurry at all, is he, in the 71? Right out wide, Scotty Myers. Malcolm Nartai gets taken to the wall by Shane Harwood, who then gets a clobber from Scott Hewson. Got problems for junior, Dale McKenzie. He's crawling around the concrete wall down in turns number 3 and 4. Scotty Myers throws himself sideways into Phil Ogle. Ogle drops back 3 spots. Out front though still, Peter Bengston, the current World 240s champion. The 1NZ has eluded him over the years in the gorge machine. We are 11 laps into it. Running the 11th lap now. For Peter Bengston. Nice and clean out front. He's got his palmy club mate Wayne Hemmy just in front of him. Hemmy runs it wide through turn 1. Bengston puts a lap up on the 591 car, the former New Zealand champion Wayne Hemmy. Problems with that car in this opening heat.
Is Graham Barr up to 4th from grid 18? Graham Barr, he could be up to 4th from 18. That is a drive and a half if that is where he is. Lap scoring, throwing a few curlies at us. But keep an eye on Graham Barr. The 3NZ all round goes.
Dale Robertson and backwards into the wall along with Kerry Humphrey.
Humphrey turned him.
So
White
still
flag.
White flag out.
Bengston.
One to go for Peter Bengston in the 58 car. Dale Robertson in the mix there now with the leaders. Gets himself between Chad Ace and Peter Bengston. But it's going to be Peter Bengston in the 58. Takes the opening heat win from grid 4.
Hey, just down here with Shane Malsop. Shane, that was one of the wildest rides you'll ever take.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild ride. I thought I was up the inside, but hey, that's stock car racing.
What happened? You just ran out of room, was it?
I clipped the wheel and climbed it, and the big freight train came, and I had nowhere to go. But
Hey, Peter Bengston, that is the way you want to start a New Zealand Championship.
Yeah, it pays to. I didn't want to go backwards from where I started, and it worked out all right. And the track's gone a little bit slippery now too, so it's going to make it interesting for the next couple.
So let's take a look at how they are lining up on the front row. 79P, Kerry Humphrey, and 45R, Nick Valance on the front row. We go back to Bryce Steiner and Wayne Hemmy on row number 2, and row 3 is Scott Hewson and Shane Harwood. It is heat number 2 of the A1 Homes New Zealand Superstock Championship, and we are go. Right, so what's going to happen in turn 1 this time?
Indeed, hold on tight down here. Here they come, a huge field, 25 cars, storming through for the first time. Heat 2 underway. They navigate their way through turns 1 and 2. All good, down the back straight. No one's flying through the air yet. Cars to the infield. Now cars out to the wall, down in 3. Dust flies as the concrete gets scraped. Out in front, away we go. The 45 metres, Steiny hard into the wall, and over goes Humphrey, the 79 car. The back of the cage has been smashed by the 39 from Stratford.
Yeah.
So Humphrey over, and it was just a matter of waiting to see if he was going to get collected, and he has.
Yeah, down here with Kerry Humphrey. Kerry just nowhere to go, and that corner just doesn't work, eh?
Oh yeah, we come in there flying hot. We saw Steiny bounce out of the wall, and and we sort of followed in and bounced out, and I didn't really know what happened there. We were bouncing over and then going over again, but yeah.
So out in front, Scott Hewson, the Rotorua man, the 135 car leads it. And we go to Nick Valance, so it's Rotorua 1 and 2, Shane Harwood.
And Shane Harwood is the car that's clocking up the fastest lap at the moment. Remember, Hewson and Valance, they had got away from the rest of the field. And Shane Harwood from Nelson slowly starting to pull them in now. Wayne Hemmings finally managed to get past the Graham Park car now. Thomas Stanaway starts to have a look up the inside of 3NZ, so Stanaway now moves up to fifth place on Graham Park, comes at him with a bump up, but Stanaway holds him off and grabs another spot. Opening heat winner Peter Bengston is now up into 9th place. Looking at the points right now, we've got a 5-way tie for second place in the championship.
Bar out wide, rides the concrete down and one. He got it wrong in there. That's that tyre costing him, but that's almost using the law of the advantage. And keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
Cannot use that. He might get away with it once. Cannot use the wall for an advantage. And when you've got a flat tyre, you will be. So they take the white flag, half a lap to go for the race leaders.
Wayne Hemmings got Shane Harwood. There's some back markers here who are really affecting some of the big points in this. So let's remind you here of where we are sitting right now. Nick Valance is the points leader on 46. But starts way down the back on grid 23. But he's not alone down there. 1 point behind him and starting on grid 20 is Peter Bengston. Also on 45 points is Peter Rees, who starts on grid 22. So our top three are starting on 23, 22 and 20 respectively. We then jump back another 2 points to Shane Harwood. So 3 points off the pace, starting on grid number 13. But he is 10 spots ahead on the grid. So think about that, 3 points behind, 10 spots ahead. Then we go to Graham Barr on 41 points, 17 is his grid start. And then we go to Chad Ace. Chad Ace is on 40 points, so 6 points behind, but he starts on grid number 4. So of all those top runners, Chad Ace is the only driver starting on the first 5 rows, and he starts on row number 2.
Right, you can just feel the excitement. There's just this anticipated hush around the stadium.
And there is going to be a new New Zealand Superstock champion. Not just because Shane Penn's not here defending the title, but of the former 1NZs that are in the field, they are out of the running. So one of these drivers tonight is going to have that ultimate thrill of putting the 1NZ on the side of the car. The dream becomes reality for one of these drivers here tonight.
Red lights are on, which means we are not far off. Unleashing Heat 3, the final, the decider of the A1 Homes New Zealand Superstock Championship. Paul Hickey is ready in the hot seat for the call of the race. We are green and racing.
All right, into turn number 1, let's see what unfolds here. It is the big push straight away into the corner, and Nick Valance has been blocked right off the bat. We've got one riding high, that's Shane Malsop. So Wayne Hemming has got the block on Nick Valance straight off the back. Valance comes in with a big sideways hit, turns Hemming around. We've got another car riding the wall down in turn number 1. Is that Peter Bengston? Is over in turn number 3.
It's Harwood.
It's Harwood.
Shane Harwood, the Nelsonian, over. Lights out. Oh, Rees nearly jumps it. He had to drop the clutch back in.
So
had another go at it.
So remember, Rees and Bengston running side by side in this race, they are tied on points. So Bengston doesn't want Rees to finish in front of him. So out front is Brett Nichols leading the race from Malcolm Nartai, Tony Fabish and Chad Ace. Other way they are running at the front of the field. Oh, Brett Nichols just gets a huge shot in the side. That was Malcolm Nartai. Took him into the concrete wall, and now Nartai's going to get driven to the wall by Tony Fabish.
Yeah, that's a move
right on him.
Move off the grass too, you'd have to say. Carried it in from the grass, from the infield. Cars down on turn 3 and 4, circulating on the pole line, waiting, prowling. Here they go.
Dale McKenzie takes Chad Ace. That was Dale McKenzie taking Chad Ace to the concrete wall, but Ace bounces out of it. and continues running. The 4P car, we have got Peter Rees at the moment. If it was to finish right now, it's Peter Rees who would win the New Zealand Championship. Barges through. Bengston goes following through there as well.
Myers running shotgun. Oh, cars trolling around. There's going to be trouble down in turn 1 is there. Through they come. Bengston gets through on Fabish. Myers up the inside.
11 laps have gone in this race.
Rees by a point from Bengston.
And then couple back to Chad Ace and Graham Barr. It's a Palmerston North 1, 2, 3, 4 as they sit at the moment. Peter Rees is the man in the box seat. He's got a 1-point lead over Peter Bengston. So the only way this is going to change is if Peter Bengston can catch Peter Rees and make the pass. The white flag is out, ladies and gentlemen. We are into the final lap of this, the 2015 New Zealand Superstock Championship, thanks to A1 Homes. Brett Nichols will lead them home to win the race. But the man who has been 3NZ, he has been 2NZ, he's been 1NZ in the stock cars now. He is your new 1NZ in the Superstocks, 10p, peel off that zero. Peter Rees is your New Zealand Superstock champion. 1 point ahead of 58p Peter Bengston, and we will have a run-off for third place. What can you say about this man, Peter Rees? What can't
It's
he
unreal,
do?
and he's flown under the radar. He has
The whole
been
weekend.
sensational. Peter Bengston has got a rocket ship, and Peter Rees has made that tank fly as fast, in fact faster, because he's led. He's beaten him by a point. Peter Rees is the man tonight. Now the run-off ball, who's that going to be between on 64 points?
As it stands at the moment, Chad Ace versus Graham Barr. Graham Barr, the current 3NZ. He could do that again. Could Chad Ace reduce his number by 1? He could move from a 4 to a 3. That run-off, we will confirm that as soon as we can. Look at these two guys out here, Peter Bengston and Peter Rees. Nick Valance will come around. He'll give a little thumbs up to Peter Rees, obviously the man who built his race car and has got him going so very, very quick. Peter Rees is the new New Zealand Superstock champion.
Down here, Peter Bengston, unofficially 2NZ. How's that feel, bud?
Well, my good. It's been a few years chasing, them 3 digits, and pretty great day. It was good racing, a good final, and she was pretty fast. And I'd just like to thank my crew. It's been a few years coming, and like Brian and Karen and the family. Without them, it wouldn't happen.
Hey, Peter Rees, the new 1NZ.
Out of control.
Out of control, you reckon? Did you know you had it, mate?
No, I didn't. I knew I had to beat Pete. I didn't know where Nick was.
So Pete was 1 point behind you. He's got 2NZ. That's a great result for Palmerston North. Ash has come out to see you. How do you feel, mate?
Shocked.
You shouldn't be, mate. You had a great championship.
I did. Last night went together for me, and obviously the boys, Scotty and that, just pulled it off right then.
Green flag drops and we are go! And Graham Barr jumps. He gets right out on the wide line.
Ace
Gets
is
that drive.
He's going to have to fly, isn't he, Ace? He really is. That is a good 3, 4, 5 car lead. Makes Ace have to brake hard and late going in, down to 2. They complete 1 lap, 3 to go for Graham Barr. Can Ace close in? Barr's got race pace. Big time out there in the 3NZ.
Oh, they both balked a little bit in that corner, and if Ace had managed to keep that one right, he would have been right in on him.
Ace is thinking, he's wondering what to do. He's running out of opportunities.
He's just got to continue chasing hard here now and not make a mistake and hope that Barr does in front of him. That's a much better corner from both of them through 1 and 2 that
tag.
time.
A little bit of a tag on all. That's cost Barr time.
Yeah.
He's halved the distance. He's shut it down. Barr out wide. Ace is closing in. It's going to be the last lap that will decide it. Pressure on Barr. Barr is under pressure. Oh, he missed him. No, he's done it. Oh, what's going to go? They fire out. Who's running? Oh, go. Graham Barr. Graham Barr is good. Chad Ace good. Oh, everything but. He choked it. He missed him. Oh, Ace is out cold, is he? Ace might be out cold in that car.
On Sunday, the 6th of January at Rosebank Speedway, starting at midday, is the 2019 Harley-Davidson New Zealand Solo Champs. featuring New Zealand's international star and two-time champion Bradley Wilson-Dean. On Saturday the 5th of January at Western Springs Speedway is the United Truck Parts Midget World 50 Lapper featuring NASCAR stars Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell. On Saturday the 5th of January at Bay Park Family Speedway is the South Pacific Saloon Car Championship. On Saturday the 5th of January at Eastland Group Speedway is an action-packed night featuring go-karts, motorbikes, freestyle New Zealand plus the Golden Oldie stock cars. On Saturday the 5th of January at Stratford Speedway starting 7 p.m. is the Alan Hancock, Michael Walker, Wayne Trott and Warren Lowry stock car memorials, as well as the Rusty K Modify Memorial. On Friday the 4th and Saturday the 5th of January at Max Motors Wellington Family Speedway, starting both nights at 7 p.m. is the New Zealand Saloon Car Grand Prix, with qualifying on the Friday night and finals on the Saturday. Also on the Friday night is the Black Sheep Construction Boys Mini Stock Invasion. On Tuesday the 8th of January, Greenstone Speedway plays host to the West Coast Superstock Invasion. On Friday the 4th and Saturday the 5th of January at Ampro Tools Woodford Glen Speedway, both nights starting at 7 p.m, is the Suck It Up Limited New Zealand Superstock Championship, with over 100 drivers competing on Friday night to qualify for Saturday night's finals.
Yeah, just one chance for anyone that's sitting out there now.
Dal Roper doing round 19. Dal Roper. At turn 1, Scott Joplin with 9 laps, 3 laps to go, 3 laps to go. Scott Joplin down on turn 3. Richard Gaskin, Kerry Remnant, Keegan Levine, 57W4, Phil Gargan 5, Logan Sharp 6, still 55. White flags out, last lap, 55 on turn 2. Next car back is Richard Gaskin, 22W, long way back. Looks like Scott Joplin's going to be our qualifier, 55 going through. Scott Joplin takes a flag. Scott Joplin qualifies, goes in as Repechage and locks himself into the top 26 for the New Zealand title.
So out they come. The Waste Management New Zealand Superstock title here at Stratford Speedway are coming on track. On the pole will be 351 Paul Vasey. And on 2, 191C, Malcolm Natai. They are the front row of the grid. What are the good grids? I think myself. Paul Vasey's got a good one, which is 1:14 and 26. And the other one I have a pretty good like for is the 3 NZ of Graham Barr, 22:9 and 9. They've been quite successful from my limited experience in Speedway over the years of what's going on. So who knows? It's going to be a lottery in that first corner. Vasey has to get a good start. The only way he can go is backwards. So when he's coming from 26 in Heat 3, there may be a few cars missing, so they make easy passes if they haven't made track. So Simon Joblin, 282, local man, Phil Ogle.
Yep.
Great car. Steve Jude in the 16B. 591, Wayne Hemi. The 1 NZ of Peter Rees. 127, G of Ethan Rees. We are about to go.
Oh, here we go. Phil Ogle got a hiding in there, 282. Phil got beaten up. And there's more drama by the pit gates.
Joblin's
Simon
tied up with his lop at the 49, so Houston with 135 with problems too.
Vasey.
Oh, Vasey spun. Narco to the side. Joblin's into it. Quinn Ryan bounces round. Harwood gets a spin. Oh, he gets straightened up. Wiki eye, eh? Ogle puts Ethan Rees in the wall. Race order. Joblin the 62. Vasey the 351. Harwood in the 18. Quinn Ryan in the 461. Long in the 411. And Peter Bengston is up there now. From grid 23, Bengston is up to 6th. Wayne Hemi and Scott Hewson down the back of the tail. Making, oh, round goes Humphries to the 79 again on his own. Race order still is Joblin, Vasey, Ryan, Harwood, Long, Bengston. Adam Joblin, the 62's got a handy lead.
Good lead, mate. Good lead. Quinn Ryan running third place.
Oh, Vasey spun up and stopped. He's been spun out.
No. Oh, jeez.
Vasey gets turned up at 2. 2 to go. The race orders Joblin, Ryan, Long, Harwood, Bengston. Bengston up from grid 23 to 5th. Wow.
Joblin hit fair, brother. Joblin 26, Quinn Ryan in second, Long third, Harwood fourth place, 18. Bengston running 5th.
Just a quick update as Roger's going through that. Adam Joblin made 2 places up. He was first. Quinn Ryan was second. He made 3. 411 Jason Long made 6 places up from his grid position. Shane Harwood, the 18N, made 17 grid positions up. Peter Bengston, the 2NZ, made 18 grid positions up. The 148 of Brett Nichols made 11 grid positions up for his 6th place. 55P Scott Joblin made 17 positions up for his 7th. 152 Paul Fairbrother was 11 positions better off for 8th. The 3NZ of Graham Barr came 9th. He was 13 grid positions up. The 10th, 751 Gavin Tanifar made 15 grid positions. 174 Chev Tanifar for 11th made 9. And the 12th, 94P William Humphries made 3. The rest of them all went backwards other than Peter Rees, who stayed the same. So those top 4 or 5 cars have made plus 15 passes in that first heat. Wow, that sets them up for a brilliant last heat when they'll be from the front.
Jeez, it certainly does, mate. Yeah, from the front, be a bit of a massive change around. Look out for that later on this afternoon.
So 1 and 3 on the grid. Peter Rees, Ethan Rees. Thomas Stanify, the 87B, is on 5. Just looking to see if you can keep an eye out, Browning, for Malcolm Nartai, the 191, if you see it come out. 49P, Brett Hislop, they've fixed that problem he had with the brakes and the panhard rod, or the gear that holds the diff in. Kerry Humphreys, they've got their car repaired. They're back out. 135. Who's behind Scott Houston? 13, 11.
Yeah, so grid 15 empty at the
Malcolm
moment.
Nartai.
Minty, whoever that's supposed to be.
Malcolm Nartai.
Okay.
191C is not in grid. Malcolm has not made it out the gate.
24 cars for Heat 2.
Cars getting collected up the main straight. 148 in the 18. Ethan Reeves is putting in the tank stop. William Humphreys in the 94 is cleared out of it. Stanaway in the 87B is second. Then it's Fairbrother in the 152. Then it's the 135 of Houston. Behind him comes the 72. Of Joplin. Then it's the 1 NZ of Rees in the 55p of Scott Joplin. Then it's Vickery, Barr and Long. 8 gone.
More drama by the pit gates there. Graham Barr sorts them out. Graham currently running 6th place behind Houston.
Humphreys, Fairbrother, Houston, Joplin, Barr, Bengston, Vickery. Bengston's up to 6th. Reeves up to 8th. Long back to 9th. More problems down in corner 1. That's Quinn Ryan and the 62p of Joplin getting tangled up.
Fairbrother's 152. Castman ran over there, 135.
Houston in the wall in the 135. Hit by Vickery in the 26. Humphreys in the 94p. The 152 of Fairbrother. Barr in the 55 of Joplin. One to go. It's Joplin in the 72. He's been tangled up and turned round. He's coming to the infield.
It's Vickery, yeah.
26S. Vickery's on the infield. Humphreys in the 94. 1 corner to go. He's got the lead. The track is flat.
Graham Barr in second. Joplin behind to third place, 55. Joplin.
94p Humphreys wins it. 3 NZ Graham Barr second. 55p Scott Joplin third. 152W Fairbrother fourth. 2 NZ Bengston fifth. 1 NZ Rees sixth. 411 Long seventh. 18N Harwood eighth. 79p Humphrey ninth. 174 Tanifar 10th. DNFs for 135 Houston, 26S Vickery, 72p Joplin and 127 Rees as DNFs. I'll have points very shortly. Right, unofficially on points at the moment going into Heat 3. These are very unofficial. These are Minty's best guess. We have 55p Scott Joplin on 44 points. 2NZ Peter Bengston on 44 points. 411B Jason Long on 44 points. 3NZ Graham Barr on 43 points. 152W Paul Fairbrother on 42 points. 18N Shane Harwood on 42 points. 94p William Humphreys on 41 points. 62p Adam Joplin on 40 points. Then we drop back to 9th place, 1NZ Peter Rees on 35 points. Top 3 at the moment, Scott Joplin, Peter Bengston, Jason Long, all on 44 points. Graham Barr, Paul Fairbrother on 43 and 42, along with Shane Harwood. So, grid 1. Geez, I'm going to kill that tank bloke in a minute. Go across here and give him a good solid slapping. Grid 1 will be empty. No Scott Houston in the 135R. Oh, he's pushing my button. Roger, you got some control here. Go and sort him out. Grid 2, 79p, Kerry Humphrey. Grid 3, 174G, Gavin Tanifar. Grid 4, Wayne Hemi, 591p. Grid 5, Scott Joblin, the 55p. Grid 6, Clive Elliott, the 951p. Grid 7, Peter Bankston, the 2NZ. And Grid 8, Steve Jude, the 16B. They will be your front 8 cars. Brownie, have the guys got together and decided who's going to help each other? They had to.
Well, you've got to be able to see through the dust to find them, don't you? It's going to be interesting. Palmer got the weighter numbers as per usual, so it'll just be interesting to see whether some of the others have actually got together with an answer to that.
Wait for the line, wait for the beam, wait for it. Just a showtime, here we go. Final on the way, cars already turned around on turn 2, 4 number 1. Up on the wall, 2 cars on the wall. We've got cars still hanging up there.
That's the Reeser in attack.
Involved in that. Cars still sitting up on the fence. Red lights up, red light, red light.
Brett Hislop, the Palmy car's gone up the wall, courtesy of 2 Rees cars.
Yeah, both Peter Rees and Ethan Rees involved in that one. Bit of damage to the bonnet by the looks of Peter Rees' car. He's still on track. Ethan is off.
Who's Rees looking for? He lets Joplin go. He lets Bankston go. He's hunted him. He's got Graham. Rees stops Graham. Bang!
Peter Rees taking out Graham Bar. Whack down the back straight.
Red light.
Red light, man.
Oh, the 461 of Quint Ryan's got no brakes.
So, another one of your top 6. Put a line through Paul Fairbrother.
Thomas Stanaway, the culprit. So still those same 3. Joblin, Bankston, Harwood, Barr was in 4th, not anymore. Peter Rees puts the block on Humphrey.
Blocking out the back there.
Still race order. Out in front of Scott Joplin, the 55. Then we go back to the 2NZ of Bankston. He gets around the outside. Then there's Hemi. Then goes Harwood in the 18. Then it's the 951 of Elliott. Then Humphrey in the 79. Tanifar.
Oh, man. Look at this.
Oh, Steve Goode gets spat out.
Spat out of the hood.
Bankston on the charge. Rees.
Look.
Got Humphrey's nail.
Peter Rees is going after him.
Oh, and goes Kerry Humphrey.
Yeah.
Into Rees. Joblin still leading Bankston. Bankston pushed past Hemi. Bankston's in the wall. Oh, he bounces off through 2. Tanifar gets out the inside of Harwood. Pushes him wide. We got 4 to go. It's still Joblin. Steve Jude's looking at Joblin.
Oh.
Jude's knocked up. Jude's taking at him. Oh, he stopped all of them. Steve Jude. He stops Joplin to get away. Bankston gets the split. Here comes Jude again.
Oh, no,
He's into them. He's got both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Jude's got Bankston.
Wait.
Takes a hit from Harwood.
Hemi's away. Wait, Hemi's away.
Bankston gets away. Joplin gets away.
Watch those. Bankston gets it over there.
Bankston and Joplin get barred. Oh, they're both around. It's erupting with 1 to go. It's white flag. Hemi, Elliott, Tanifar, Harwood. Harwood's coming out. Harwood's got the points lead. Harwood leads.
65.
The 18 leads.
65, he's got it.
Harwood wins it.
Yeah.
The 18 wins it.
Oh, man. Whoa!
Second, Graham Barr and Long.
Look at this.
63, there's a runoff.
It's a runoff.
Shane Harwood unofficially won NZ. How does it feel?
Wow.
Oh, words can't describe the feeling. I thought the odds were against us, but just tried to drive a clean race and I'm lost for words.
The odds were against you. There's no doubt about that at all, but you would have seen it unfolding with Joplin and Bengston in front of you.
Yeah, I certainly did. I can't thank all the other guys enough. Had a few people told me in the pits that everything was all good, so I can't believe it.
But
Peter
yeah, so
Bengston,
much of that
4.
race, it was Scott Joplin's, Peter Bengston second, and then in stepped the Silver Bullet, and it all came undone for both of them.
Steve Jude took them both apart. He just attacked
Yeah.
and attacked
Did he?
and
What?
attacked and stopped them. There has been a relegation in the New Zealand Superstock final.
Yep.
And the 3NZ of Graham Barr has been relegated 1 point, I believe, and he will drop behind Jason Long. So there won't be a runoff at the stage. Shane Harwood is unofficially the winner. Jason Long on 64 points, one behind.
Yep.
Graham Barr, 3NZ on 62. They are the top three. Then Peter Bengston, 58. Adam Joblin and Chev Tanifar on 57 will be fifth equal.
Here we go. We're about to go racing. The champions are underway, and it's over at 12 laps. Remember, winner takes all. Phil Ogle is the first two out on the outside of Chevy Tanifar. Now this charge is coming from number 10, the car to watch. Will be Peter Rees further back, 3NZ Graham Barr. So you haven't got time to think about it. You just got to go for it, bro. Go for everything. As they come up to lap number 1, as Tanifar leads one from Ogle. Then we go back to the successful one of Bruton Liddell. One is the pass to get back, but Ogle under big pressure from Tanifar and Liddell holding on more. Nothing in between. Then we go to Zach Willis right behind them. Graham Barr in 6th. And at the moment, Graham Barr very much the man on the mission. Peter Rees sitting in 10th. Started at 11th. He's only picked up one spot, so he's got a huge amount of work to do. And wrapping it around the wall, white walling the tyres, is the 22 of Richard Gaskin, and that loses momentum in, but still Ogle is hanging on. Ahead of Tanifar, and here we go, riding the wall, a wall rider, and that would be the race leader. So we've got the chain, Tanifar, Ogle giving a wall ride down there in front of the terraces, back into second, Dell or Barr, as the excitement builds. Lap number 7, so the second half of the race. Here comes Rees. He completes another lap. Peter Rees, he's in 6th at the moment. But his time, again, he's the fastest man out there on the track. It doesn't matter about being the fastest man, you've got to move up through the placings. And Phil Ogle, the popular Stratford driver, the yellow 282, he's the man who leads. So still Ogle, 282. Or an 81R, 6-1 Liddell. Then we go to Zach Lawrence, Ross Ashby and Peter Rees. He's dropped down the order. So that pendulum swing again. 10 down, 2 to go. Remember, the winner takes all. He's in the main game. And Phil Ogle looking very, very good at the moment. Started from up the front, 1 to go as they come hooking it up here into the Van der Zeulenberg. It's very, very high round turn 1 out of turn 2. And Ogle's been spun up. Drama out there. Phil Ogle's been spun up over in front of the grandstand. So is it Damien Orr from Rotorua. The chicken flag falls. And there it is there. 50 over the line. Rees has done it. Unbelievable. On the last lap, Rees has got through.
Wow.
Can you ever believe it?
I watched that last corner. He anticipated that from turn 2, Russell. He saw that takeout move on the back straight, and Rees, if you get to see it on the stream again, just flew down the inside into turn 3, past 3 cars in one corner. The crowd erupted on the main straight. Look at the acclaim of the crowd here as he comes around again, taking that checkered flag. That will put him on grid 25 for heat number 1 of this Komatsu Machinery Specialists final. He'll have grids 25, 12 and 3. I think we've got Malcolm down in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, certainly are right here with Pee-wee Peter Rees. Well, what a drive. That was phenomenal. I think you might have to buy a couple of the local boys a beer, but that was sensational.
think I might buy a lotto, actually.
Tell me, did you actually think you had a shot at all? Was it obviously you drove as if you could, but did you really think you had a chance?
Oh, I come up from 14 to 11 in my draw, and there was a better chance, but pretty hard work out here. Unbelievable.
Now you got to go and get the car ready for the final, but again, you're in the final for the Machinery Specialist Komatsu New Zealand Superstock title. Chance to get another one.
Thanks, boss.
Good man. Well done, Peter Rees, with one of the, as usual, an incredible drive. Make some noise for Peter Rees.
Heat 1 of the Komatsu Machinery Specialist Limited New Zealand Superstock Championship. Grid 1, 88 Jack Myers. Grid 2, 971 Jaden Ward. Grid 3, 85 Jared Wade. Grid 4, 31 Andy McCabe. Grid 5, 94 William Humphreys. Grid number 6, the 591 Wayne Hemi, the Red Walker. Grid number 9, Brett Hislop. Grid 7, Brett Hislop, the number 9. Grid number 8 is the 62 of Adam Joblin. Then it's the 19C of Natai from grid 9. 98 M Costello from 10. 321 Hilton Parker from 11. 4 of Chad Ace from grid 12. Thomas Stanaway from the Bay from grid 13. 1 NZ, the defending title holder, will go from grid 14. 127 Ethan Rees from 15. 48 Brett Nichols from grid 16. 57 Aidan Eustace will go from 17. 71 Shane Melsop, who looks so good on Monday night, from 18. 175 Gavin Tunifar from 19. 45 Nick Valance from 20. 2 NZ, Jason Long from the Bay off 21. 72 Simon Joblin from grid 22. 58 Peter Bankston from 23. 581 Jordan Dare from 24. The 10G of Peter Rees, and they must have sorted out those issues with that protest from the Repechage, will go from 25. And running out the field, the 52 of Scotty Joblin.
The officials move away. All eyes on the Holden Colorado Page Ute now. They're on Andrew McKeevan, the starter. Here's the green. The championship is underway. It is go, go, go. And on the outside, Jaden Ward, right out to the wall they go. So 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. They sort it out on this opening lap. And 2 of them locking horns coming out of turn number 2, and they go to the back of the pack. Hemi has already made a big move. At the end of lap number 1 is Jaden Ward, Wayne Hemi, then we go to Jack Myers, William Humphreys, Brett Hislop, Jaden, and up on the wall, down on the wall, there's Hislop, and he's at a massive ride, and he comes down on his wheels. He could go racing again. So a huge moment for Brett Hislop coming out of turn number 2. Yeah, and we're just having a look at the big. Here's the replay. So if you go to the mega screen, this is the wild ride of Brett Hislop, and he got drop kicked a couple of times, and then they did a Dan Carter on him. Here we go from a different angle, and leave me alone. Jaden Ward, you're going to go for it when you start up the front, and that's what he's doing. Humphreys, Myers, Adam Joblin, Stanaway, Peter Rees is up into 6th. Remembering where he started, it is sensational. He started from 25th, he's up into 6th, and in the next 2 races, he starts from 12th and then 3rd on the grid. On the infield, Chad Ace can be slick, can be quick. Not going to happen for him in the open. Had a troubled night on Monday. Ward, Humphreys, Myers, Joblin, Rees, Stanaway, Benston, Long. Then we go back to the 72 of Simon Joblin. Malcolm Natai, the Cantabrian, is in 11th at the moment. The 19R car started 9th. He's dropped places. So 6th to run in the setting sun. So no change in front. Ward. In fact, he's increased his lead. He's out by over 2.5 seconds on the field at the moment. He just sprinted away. Jaden Ward started from the outside of the front row, and William Humphreys is in trouble. He's in serious trouble. So, and he's punctured the right rear tyre. So there he was, holding a very, very strong second place, and now he's drifting down through the pack. So it's Ward, Jack Myers, who started from pole. He's in second place now. Adam Joblin, Peter Rees up into 4th. Then go to Ethan Rees, Benston, Stanaway, Long, Scotty Joblin, Natai. Then we go to Jordan Dare, Shane Harwood. We go way down to Wayne Hemi, down to 19th. He hit that super quick opener. We have 2 to run. The Ward, Myers, Joplin, Peter Rees, Ethan Rees. The charge of the My Brigade, Benson is up into 6th place. Peter Benson started 23rd. So he's having a great first race into the last lap. And she's a real freight train, big time. Peter Rees ahead of Ethan Rees, and they're lapping William Humphreys. But we look there, Jaden Ward, outstanding drive, but he started from the front row, and now he's got the hard work ahead of him. He takes out the first one, Jaden Ward. Jack Myers home
Official
from
results,
second.
heat number 1, 971 Jaden Ward, 88 Jack Myers.
Let's get into the action, because the early nights we might have lost them because of the weather, but the racing was sensational. Here we go. Get that flag in the air. Racing in heat number 2, and from the outside of the trees, and bumper is Brett Nichols. So you got the two Nelsonians in the first 3, but it's Ethan Rees who is going to lead them out of turn 4, the end of lap number 1 with 14 to go. Harwood, they bounce off the wall down the inside as Nichols, so we go back to Shane Nelson, getting down the inside is the 72 of Simon Joplin, the white 72 coming on the back of Harwood, then charges a penny, and it looks like is it some 581 Jordan Dare who's making the push in behind Nelson. It is. So Jaden Ward, Rees nudging down the inside of him. They've done 2 laps. He's down. Heavy is sitting in 15th at the moment. Jason Morgan 17th. But every place they move up the field, they grab a point. And Shane Harwood back in the 4th. Watch back down the inside of the 72 of Simon Joplin. So it's game on. Shane Harwood is back in 3rd because they hook up into pit man. That's Nichols in 2nd. We go to Joplin. Harwood, 52, next through. Scott Joplin behind him. We've got 21. The hands of Jordan there. This very, very talented young peddler. Ethan Rees leading the way. And he's got a 2-second advantage at the moment, according to the electronics. Where do you pick it up, Mike, in 2nd?
Yeah, hey, look, this screen's playing a bit of hooky with us here tonight, so we're not going to really look at this one too hard and take these results off that board just yet. But look at Ethan Rees out in front. Man, he picked up 23 points in Heat 1. If he could take a massive 25 out of this, he's really going to be in with a shout there on those points. But he's got a big grid position to come off in the last race. But hey, we've still got 8 to go in Heat 2.
So Harwood wide through the pit bend as he's got a bit of a problem because they're storming, but it's just, yeah, he went very, very wide, and that windrow is building up. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting further out onto the track. So Ethan Rees, he's the race leader, and doing it comfortably at the moment. Then we've got Harwood, Adam Joplin, William Humphreys, and then Chester's number 94 up into 4th, followed by Peter Benson. Wayne Hemi, what a charge he's on. And he's got him up to 6th at the moment. No, back 7th, Ted Aces nailed him. He goes Teddy Farr behind Thomas Stanaway. So it is game on. Those yellow trolleys tonight are playing, just being a little bit difficult, I think. But no doubt about Ethan Rees. And that one over down the bottom end. And we've got the big roll down there. The steam plenty. So Harwood, and then we go to Adam Joplin, Humphreys, Benston, Malcolm Nardai up into 5th place at the moment, and that's the 85 as it goes in the middle, Jared Wade. Now we've got 3 cars parked up. Jared Wade from Huntley, he's the latest retirement, and he was always way down, languishing in 19th place. So lap 30 they're on. It's going to be the white flag next time round, and it looks like it's heading towards a flag to flag for Ethan Rees. And there's William Humphreys been turned round in the bottom bend, so he's going to go all the way back. He'll go right to the bottom of the pack. So there's the white flag, and it goes to Ethan Rees. He's out by the proverbial country kilometre at the moment. Jordan Dare, he's got the breathing down his neck. This is a huge win for Ethan Rees. He's out by over 5 seconds over the pack, and the checkered flag falls. Ethan Rees, the young gun, he wins heat number 2.
Well, we've waited 13 days for this, starting from that grid number 1 position, 52, Scotty Joblin. Right on grid number 2, the 87, Thomas Stanaway. Grid 3, the number 10 of Peter Rees. Grid 4, the 4 of Chad Ace. Grid number 5, the 581 of Jordan Deere. He's up there in the points. Grid number 6, the 321, Hilton Parker. Grid number 7, 58, Peter Bankston. Grid number 8, the 98 of Mark Costello. There'll be a gap there on that grid number 8. Grid 9, 72, Simon Joblin, another driver right up there high on the points. Grid 10, 19, Malcolm Nartai. Grid number 11, the 2NZ of Jason Long. Grid 12 is the 62 of Adam Joblin, another high point scorer. Grid 13, 45, Nick Valance. Grid number 14, Brett Hislop. There will be a gap there on that grid 14. Grid number 15, the 175, Gavin Tunifar. Grid 16, the 591 of Wayne Hemi. Grid 17, 71, Shane Melsop. Grid number 18, the 94 of William Humphreys. Grid number 19, the 57 of Aidan Eustace. Grid 20 would have been the 31 of Andy McCabe, so there will be a gap on grid number 20 as well. 48 of Brett Nichols. He will go from grid 21. Grid 22 is the 85 of Jared Wade. Grid number 23, the meeting leader, 127, Ethan Rees. And grid number 24, the 971 of Jaden Ward, your second highest point scorer so far tonight. Grid number 25, the defending New Zealand champion, still in with a shout of a top 3 here, Shane Harwood. And grid number 26, another high point scorer tonight for this championship, the 88 of Jack Myers.
Well, if you want to win this, you don't want to be Johnny No Mates. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
No, that's right. And the driver that I alluded to earlier on in that interview about saying he thought he still had enough mates here to win a championship was Peter Rees. Well, Peter doesn't want any mates now. According to him, there's 24 other cars out there that he
Here
needs
we
to
are.
sort out.
The stage is set. 15 laps. Just tighten your seatbelts a notch. It's underway. The 15-lap decider, and the charge is on. Ace is right squeezed to the outside. The pressure through turns 1 and 2. They all survive. No, they haven't. We've got one.
Bengston's round.
Bengston. So Peter Bengston will resume, but he's second to last as they come up the end of lap number 1.
And Melsop.
The Melsop's gone with him. So it's Thomas Stanaway, Peter Rees, then we go to with the 52 of Scott Joblin, Jordan Deere, Parker, Long, Nartai, Ace, and then we've got Hislop, Jaden Ward. Well, big things. That was huge as far as Peter Rees' hopes, Peter Benston's hopes are concerned. Riding out to the wall, the 52 of Scott Joblin, and that allows 1, 2, 3, I think, to get down the inside. So stand away from the bay leads, and the 87 Rees, Joblin. Then we've got there. Then we've got the second of the Joblins. That'll be the 52 car of Scott Joblin. Simon Joblin ahead of me.
Simon Joblin
is up into 7. And then we've got further down Malcolm Nartai, Jaden Ward. Go further down to Adam Joblin. Look at the points at the moment, Mike.
Simon Joblin, your points leader on 68. He's got about a 3-point advantage over Jordan Deere. Jordan is charging, still making places.
Okay, so Stanaway continues to lead. He's out by a full second at the moment over Peter Rees, who's on full race mode at the moment. There's no mischief. But we've got a long way to go. Stanaway.
Keep an eye on Jaden Ward.
Rees, and here and round the outside, closing in on Rees, the 72 of Simon Joblin. Catching him one thing, passing is another ball game. Jordan Deere's right up there. Wayne Hemi as well. Although I think Wayne Hemi leads the next group. So there's the first 1, 2, 3, 4 round pit bend. And Dare is on 65. We've got Stanaway 59. Rees on 58. Well, Rees can only get 59. But it's game on behind with Joblin, Dare all in the 60s.
Jaden Ward's dropped a point there as well. He was running up in 10th on 64 points. He's dropped back to 11th.
So Jordan Dare, they're the leaders down in front of the grandstand. That dies Rees.
Humphreys contact on turn 3.
Yeah, the dust. A little bit of dust in the air. This track they're on lap number, they've done lap number 8, the race leaders, and it's that battle on for second, third and fourth at the moment. Rees ahead of the 72 of Simon Joblin, Jordan there right there. We go to Heavy, Scott Joblin, Nartai, Long is up into 8th at the moment. It's that battle on for second, third and fourth at the moment. Rees ahead of the 72 of Simon Joblin, Jordan there right there. We go to Heavy, Scott Joblin, Nartai, Long is up into 8th at the moment in the
Ethan Rees
car.
Ethan Rees Russell up to 10th place, 66 points, only 2 back behind Simon Joblin. He's now moved up. So he's still in that 10th place position, looking to keep moving forward here with 6 to go.
Yeah, so Ethan Rees, he's the man to watch. He's dropped places back to 13th though. He's down to 63. It went a long way.
Oh,
We've
Rees,
got 5 to
Ethan
go.
Rees off the track. It's done. The title's over for the 127.
Yeah, you go from hero to zero so very, very quickly.
Humphreys is stranded on turn 2, and it looks like Simon Joblin's moved up to 69. This could be the 72 cars title. 4 to go.
Okay, so they continue the charge. Then Jordan there. Oh, and there goes Joblin trying to slide down the inside. They're trying to get past the crippled Humphreys car. Doesn't happen. Stanaway leads. He's out by nearly 3 seconds. He's a Gomberger. He said to the rest of you, good night, I'm gone. But Simon Joblin second. Then we've got Heavy up into third. Scott Joblin, Nardai, Adam Joblin, Benson. What a recovery. But too little too late. He's up into 6th at the moment. This is only provisional.
Well, the screen's flipping over pretty quickly. Still 69 points for Simon Joblin.
And at the moment, we see Humphreys. He's just happy to crawl around the pole line. Out onto the infield goes Gavin Tanifar. He's done and dusted. From Stanaway from the 72 of Simon Joblin. Nartai, 1 to go. It's a championship time. All eyes on the screen here, but it's only unofficial. Thomas Stanaway is going to go end to end and take the checker when it comes out. He might have won the battle, but he won't have won the war. So here they come with this charge, massive charge out of turn number 4. There's the checker for Thomas Stanaway. Rammed into the wall down here is the 52 of Scott Joblin. The race isn't over. It continues. So Simon Joblin, Jordan Dare, Peter Benston. What a recovery that they have with Peter Benston at the moment. Then Malcolm Nartai, Jack Myers, Chad Hayes. Then we've got the young Aucklander, Aidan Eustace. What a meeting he's had. Shane Harwood, the defending champion, provisionally coming home in 9th. Peter Parker, Jaden Ward, Wayne Hemi. But remember, it is all provisional when you look at it. And Mike Wilson, you scroll down and see what you make of the points.
Well, yeah, unofficially, 72, Simon Joblin could be your 2017 New Zealand Superstock champion with 69 points.
On Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th of January at Huntly Placemakers Speedway is the Made in Metal NZ Super Saloon Championship, qualifying on Friday night and the finals on Saturday night. On Saturday 12th of January at Mountie Speedway is the East Coast Champs for stock cars, saloons, street stocks, production saloons and solo bikes. On Saturday 12th of January at Stratford Speedway starting at 7 p.m, it's the Taranaki Mini Sprint Champs, Taranaki Midget Champs and the Taranaki Adult Mini Stock Champs. On Saturday the 12th of January at Fastlane Spears Oceanview Family Speedway starting at 6 p.m, it's the West Coast Stock Car Champs plus the Oceanview 5000 Youth Mini Stock title. On Saturday the 12th of January at Milestone Homes Top of the South Speedway starting from 5 p.m, it's the 2018-2019 New Zealand Superstock Grand Prix. On Sunday the 13th of January at Racecourse Hotel and Motor Lodge Ruapuna Speedway starting at 4 p.m, is the TQ 20 Lap Derby and the South Island Midget Champs. On Friday the 11th and Saturday the 12th of January at Moore Park Motorcycle Speedway is the City South Van Spears New Zealand Sidecar Champs. Qualifying starts at 3 p.m. on Friday, and on Saturday the finals start at 4 p.m. On Saturday the 12th of January at Beachland Speedway starting 6 p.m. is the Otago Stock Car Champs and Otago Modified Sprint Champs.
Listen to the roar, we're about to get underway here. We'll let you enjoy the noise. The first opening stage of the Repechage.
Oh, Craig Chatfield rugs the wall through turn number 2. Cars in all directions. Oh, Matty Wise!
He's a pinball, but he stayed on his wheels. Higgins out to the wall. Andy McCabe strife down the back.
Steiny into all sorts of trouble with the 85.
But the front 2 cars have gone. They've gotten away. Pajerski up the inside. He's got the tank flying. The outside, Gaskin trying to get some grip. It's slippery on the inside. Oh, we got a red light. We got a car stopped. And the field are going to pile down. They try and get around them. That has cost. Gaskin out to the wall. He's gone from 2nd to 10th, 11th, 12th. Oh, that's a appalling luck for him. Malcolm Nartai spins out down to turn 3.
56V Pajerski, he's your race leader. Then it would be the 127 of Ethan Reeves. Then go back, it'll be the 144 of Tim Ross from Steiner, Wade, Remnant. Oh, Drama's down in turn number 2. Steiner's been spun. Remnant now. Remnant looking for a way through on the 19 car. Up front though, Pajerski still in control in the 56, the 10. Then it's Reeves, then it's Wade. Here comes Remnant now on the 19 car. From the bounce, down into turn 3 and 4. So 6 laps to run now. Your race leader still the tank from Wanganui, the 56 of Pajerski. Ethan Reeves certainly is reeling him in though. Big lock up for the 127 car from Gisborne. Has a look up the inside, can't quite do it. He's got it there, but of course
let traffic too to come into account here. Just see, because he's gone back out on track. Brown in the 9 car from Gisborne. Is he out to do any trouble, or is he just going to complete the journey? Remnant trying to make some ground, as is the 49 from Nelson.
4 laps to run for the Repechage. Remnant doing everything he can, driving like a man possessed to get past the 85 of course, Jared Wade gives him a little bit of a nudge going into turn 3. Tries to get underneath him. Nichols is there. So too is the 46 car of Quinn Ryan. They're all in it. 71p of Malsop as well. He sits in 7th place. 3 to go. It'll be 2 next time by is Pajerski now. Just gets a little bit of breathing room between him and the 127. He's just got to get by the 38 of Ross Horse Ashby.
Watch down low the 18 car from Palmy. Is he going to go on the attack? Watch out for Pajerski. Here he comes. Is he going to show him up? He holds him up. He holds him up. But how long is he going to do it for? Pajerski takes him to the wall. Oh, that's going to put him over. And Pajerski goes back. The red lights will come on. Oh, do not mess with Kerry Pajerski.
1 lap to run out for the 127 Ethan Reed. This is going to go off, Malcolm. 1 more lap to go, and they're all in it with a chance. Reeves, Wade, Nichols, Ryan, Remnant. They're all sitting down here heading into turn number 1. It's going to be all about the restart. Right, here we go. Green light goes. Ethan Reed, your race leader. Brett Nichols in the 48 from Nelson in 2nd. Then go back to the 46B of Quinn Ryan. Ryan up the inside now. Down the back straight they go. Side by side into 3. Ryan gets by. Out of turn 4. Oh, he spins him, Nichols in the 48. That's going to let Malsop through in the 71. Checkered flag flies for Ethan Reeves in the 127. The 71P. Shane Malsop picks up 2nd position. So a late spin from the 48 on the 46 will hand Shane Malsop in the 71P the final position into the New Zealand Championship. Of course, unofficial. Everything we give you is unofficial, of course, until we get anything official through from Midas Speedway New Zealand. But unofficially, 127 from Gisborne, Ethan Reeves, and the 71P of Shane Malsop will go through to the New Zealand Championship.
Taniwha will start off grid number 1 on the 75 car as they roll around. The 25S Wayne Moss will go from grid 2. Scotty Myers in the Baker Group, number 8 from Palmerston North. One of our sponsors, Lance Ashton, great to have him in the final in the 23 car from Rotorua. The 3NZ, Adam Joblin from Taranaki, racing out of Palmerston North, farming down in Taranaki. Jason Long, very good rugby player too. Jason in the 41 car. Sometimes has to decide between Speedway, representing the Hawke's Bay and rugby, having to choose what to do. The 2NZ, Jordan Deere, the Master Blaster, one of the Waka trio of cars, 2 of them in the final. William Humphreys in the 94, the Chester's car, pulls up behind. Myers will pull up, that's why the other guys have held up back there to let Myers get into a slot. Booker in the JD Engineering car pulls up. The defending champ, Simon Joblin in the 1NZ. Thomas Stanaway. These are all guys to watch here. This rear of the field, keep a snapshot of this in your mind, race fans. See where these guys end up at the back from the back of the pack. The 1NZ, defending champ Simon Joblin, 87 Thomas Stanaway, 591 Wayne Hemi, and the ex-New Zealand champ Peter Rees in the 10G, and Dale Robertson. Just that there alone, very, very fast cars. We're about to go to the PTS TWS New Zealand Superstock Championship. Heat number 1 is about to go green. We're racing.
Oh, Malsop gets through, he gets tagged. Oh, so too does the 31 of Grendan Beasley, gets into the wall hard. Plenty of cars getting all sorts of trouble down here through turn number 4. Hemi has to get up on the grass.
Lala loses spots in one of our sponsors' cars, loses ground, goes backwards. A lot of cars going sideways through 3 and 4, they're getting straight down by the field. So we keep it clean. Oh, Hemi and Chestnut get together. They'll fire across the infield and come back on track. Round goes Bengtson. Bengtson will go to the back of the pack.
Scotty Myers on the 8P car. He leads out early on in heat number 1 for the New Zealand Championship, and behind the 52 of Joblin. Then it's Tani Farr on the 75. Look for Joblin in the 3NZ. So too the 4P of Chad Ace. Oh, it's gone off. Oh, the Tani Farr car.
75 right in front of the pack. They try and get round him. They squeeze up down there. Oh, he gets a shot from Robertson in the 89. That's just stuffed the left front of poor old Dale Robertson. Hemi round in turn 1.
10 laps to run for your race leader, the 8P of Scott Myers, doing a fantastic job out front in heat number 1, but the battle is on here between Jordan Deere and the 2NZ, the 351 of Paul Vasey as well. Lance Ashton trying to move his way through. He's got the 127. Oh, Ethan Rees just climbs the wall. Will go red.
Yeah, and Hemi's going to park it, is he? Damaged, yeah, left front on that. Dale, all that work to get into the final.
What can you do? You know, Chev was there, car on the outside of me. I saw him at the last minute, but I couldn't move, and yeah, well, that's not coming back out tonight.
It's not, is it? You did your best to get around him too, but just not quite the gap. And you can see, in fact, that tells you basically a foot has taken you out of the title.
Oh, exactly. You know, that's high tensile plate there. That takes a fair bit to move that, and to do that to a bump, it's something pretty hard.
How's your body? Because that was the first thing I thought was looked at you, because that was a hard shot from a lot of speed to 0 pretty much straight away.
Nah, body's mint, eh? The safety gear we use these days is top notch, and you know, to walk away from something like that, it's yeah, mint.
Lights are out. Heat number 1 of the PTS TWS New Zealand Superstock title, and Scotty Myers.
Yeah, Scott Joblin got going fast too. He's already made 2 car links on Scotty. Scotty struggling. Look at the difference, that pace. Scotty Joblin, the 2 Scotties out in front, but Scotty Joblin is dotted. Chad Ace with a slight miscue going through turn 3. Long goes around in front of the pit entry chute. He's been turned by Lala. I don't think there was something, not anything deliberate in that, but he's going to get slammed by the 7 car, and Lala, now his car is stopped. Race continues on. Race leader down, coming off the back straight. 8P.
They go red now.
52's on the infield behind us. Scotty Joblin is parked.
A lot going on at the moment. Scotty Myers, though, your race leader in the 8P car. The PTS Logistics. Away we go now. 5 laps to go now for heat number 1 of the New Zealand Championship. 8P is your race leader from the 3NZ of Joblin. Then go back, it'll be the 26S of Mitch Vickery. Through turns 3 and 4 they come. Myers leads it in the 8. Plenty of action further back in the pack. Got Paul Vasey trying to move his way through as well in the 351 from Rotorua.
So now Adam Joblin right on the tail of the race leader. This is where he's got to bide his time. Don't get caught up. Give him a nudge going into turn 3. Slides up the inside. So Joblin on the charge. Myers drops to second. So 1NZ, Simon Joblin from way back down the grid. Remember when we started, they were right at the back of the field. He is flying in that car. William Humphries as well in the 94. Now Joblin back because he's Adam Joblin in second. Gets out of it across the pole line. Pushes Myers out wide. This is going to end in tears, these guys. Myers all crossed up, coming off turn 4 as they reel in the checkered flag. So it's Joblin, Adam Joblin home first from Scotty Myers and Simon Joblin. What a drive from near the back of the field.
3NZ, Adam Joblin picks up the race win unofficially. 8P, Scotty Myers in second. Third, the 1NZ of Joblin. Fourth will be the 94P of Humphries. Fifth, the 26S of Vickery. Sixth, the 88P of Myers.
Just having a look at where these guys are going to start with some of their points. Jack Myers in the 88 with very good 21 points. He's going to start off the back on grid 26 in this one. This is the one where he's got to make up as much ground as possible. He'll be off grid 2 in the last one. Likewise, Mitch Vickery scoring one more point on 22, but this time he starts right off the front on grid 21. Those guys are basically inverting their grids on the next 2 races and they're just a point adrift. Up the front, Adam Joblin on 26 had that grid 5 start. This time he's on 18 and the next one will be grid 18 as well. Rightio, everybody's happy. That's where they should be. Lights are out shortly. Here we go. Green straight away. Heat 2 is underway. Down to turn 1 they come for the first time. Can they get through there clean? No, they can't. Ashton again in the walls. Rounds he goes. Humphries on the charge up the inside. Again over the pole line goes. It's the 94. So they slide in and trying to get round turns 3. Vickery leads them. Big pack here coming down the start finish straight. The 2 walkers side by side. Wayne Hemmy's already had a DNF. Running shotgun for his partner in crime, Jordan Deere. Joblin up the inside of Deere. The 1NZ with super pace in Heat 2.
5 laps down, 10 to go for your race leader, Mitch Vickery. Oh, drama's there.
Yeah, Peter Rees got sideways and Jordan Deere got in. Rees has gone back about 6 or 7 spots.
The 1NZ, Joblin gets all out of shape as well. Booker and Stanaway battling it out. Booker down to the wall. Up front though, Mitch Vickery. 5 to go.
Joblin in strife again with Wayne Hemmy. Oh, he's got damage. The New Zealand champ. He's out against the wall. Has he got steering, maybe a flat right front tyre on the 1NZ car. Off the pace. He'll finish at the back of the pack. Oh, Hemmy gets in the back of his teammate. Almost put him round, but Deere trying to get by Rees. Rees has got pace.
Look out into turn 3. William Humphries up the inside of the race leader. Humphries up the inside of Mitch Vickery. Vickery out wide. Oh, and Humphries gets through. 2 to go. And William Humphries leads it from Mitch Vickery. Then go back. It'll be the 94 of Stewart from Stanaway. Taniwha, Rees. Sorry, make that Jordan Deere up to 6th place for the 2NZ. White flag, 1 to go for William Humphries as Mitch Vickery had a big look up the inside into turn 1. Doesn't quite have it though. Oh, the 41B goes around.
Jason Long just before the white flag.
Down out of turn 4 though, William Humphries, the Total Sheet Metals car. Chester's coming.
That's great, sorry. Right up against the concrete. Rees and Jordan Deere. Oh, Deere nearly went over. Jack Myers on the charge as well. He is flying in the 88 from the back of the field.
Checkered flag flies, some smart racing there, some teamwork from Wayne Hemmy. Just see him check up out of turn 4. Just slowed up a little bit to let the 2NZ in front of him. As they finish though across the line, 94P, William Humphries picked up the race win. 26S second. 94R of Stewart third. 87B Stanaway in 4th. 75P Taniwha in 5th. 6th place went to 2NZ of Jordan Deere.
This is our field to decide the final heat and the outcome of the TWS New Zealand Superstock Championship for 2017-2018. Simon Joblin will hand over the trophy to a new champion tonight. Will it be someone who's won before, or will it be a new champion? Will it be a youngster or one of the veterans of the sport? In 15 laps time, we will find out who's going to charge through here. Thomas Stanaway, haven't hardly mentioned him tonight. 87, he's got 36 points on grid 15. He could sneak in. If all these top guys take themselves out, one thing is certain, we are in for a hell of a ride for the next 15. We are set to go. Hold on tight, race fans. You ready for this? What about a big round of applause for all the drivers as they get set to get underway with the final. They can hear you. Here we go. Hold on tight in turn one. 15 laps of mayhem is about to be unleashed.
Scotty Myers is creeping. Away we go. 15 laps the distance. Oh, Vasey up and over. Oh, it's all gone off down in turn number one. He's on his side.
Still green. They're still green and he's on his side. Unbelievable. But Myers, it was Myers that's been caught out badly.
Oh, these guys down into turn two.
Yeah. To be fair, it's the guys at the front. The ones at the back are blinded. They can't see because of the way the cockpits are without internal car lights and no transponders. They can't see that. They will hear it in their ears. But Vasey, man, he went a long way on his side. Didn't he? About 20 metres on his side, checking out the landscape down in turn number two. Grid 21, Jordan Deere.
He's made a few places.
He's up to 10th place in 3/4 of a lap. Jordan Deere, keep an eye on him. Mitch Vickery tucked in behind as well in the 26, as Hans said, the taped up car. Yeah, we're going to see another guy win it with race tape all over his car. Green racing again to complete the first lap of the final heats.
Watch for Scotty Myers in car number 8P. He is on the move as CJ Chestnut goes around in turn one.
Going to get a car over. Down it had to happen. Scotty Myers backs into the wrong car.
That's Vickery. That is Mitch Vickery on his side.
He's gone, and it wasn't his fault. What happened is that left flat tyre was down on Jack Myers' car, and he just went up over it, and there was no coming back from there.
Peter
Mitch
Rees.
Vickery gone. Rees on the infield with flat right front tyre that'll be damaged from that first lap incident.
127 from Gisborne, Ethan Rees. He leads it. 41B, Jason Long in second, the Marshall Batteries car. Here we go, the revs come up, waiting for the green. Away we go on the restart. The Heat 3 of the New Zealand Championship. Down into turn one goes your race leader. Rees leads it from Long, then it's Adam Joblin from Humphreys, Beasley, Deere, Jordan Deere up to 6th position. So what is Jack Myers going to do in the 88? Ethan Rees just gives him a tap, pushes him out wide. Oh, Jason Long puts Myers straight into the wall out of turn 4.
Yeah, but he had to go at the 1NZ for some reason. He's not even in the points, so, and then he fired off into Myers. Myers' car's almost undrivable with the flat tyres all over the place.
He's going to keep going though. The 1NZ Joblin gets on the back of the 41B of, oh, he's taking him to the wall.
That's bizarre. He's not even in the points place. Not even in the points.
So Ethan Rees leads it from Joblin. Then it's Humphreys, Stewart, Deere, Tunifa, Stanaway, Malsop, Ashton and Moss. Your top 10 in heat number 3. Tunifa's on the move in the 75 as well. Wayne Hemi though just holding him up in the 591. There's a battle here between the 94P of Humphreys and the 94R of Stewart. Problems now for the 99H. He parks it up. Chestnut.
Oh, Humphreys, down the back straight, Humphreys, Stewart gets together, 2NZ comes through. Will Humphreys get through? Dale Stewart from Rotorua, he's right up in the points. Jordan Deere, boy, the pace of this race. At any moment, someone's going to get fed a bumper. Round goes the car down on turn 4.
41 of Jason Long. So the 3NZ now of Adam Joblin, he's got the 1NZ of Joblin in behind him. Stewart right there. Oh, Stanaway the wall. Up he goes.
Stanaway, they were after William Humphreys. They were after Humphreys.
Red lights.
They were after Humphreys, and on the outside was Stanaway.
Yeah.
And he's been parked up the wall.
Wrong place, wrong time again. At the moment, Humphreys is on 70 points. Then it will be Dale Stewart on 68. And Adam Joblin on 67. That would be your top 3. At the moment, 4 to run for this one as the 41B looks down in turn 1. Who's he waiting for? He holds up the 1NZ. Gets into him. Oh, he has a go. spins him. The 94, Jordan Deere gets through. Hemi goes through with him in the 591. That's what Jordan Deere wants. Humphreys looks to go up the inside too in the 94 from Palmerston North.
These guys are running for the title here. Stewart and Humphreys, William Humphreys. Oh, what happened? He just lost a whole lot of ground there, but he's come right, coming off turn 2. Taniwha down in 75. Here come the block cars. Is Taniwha going to go on the attack? Holding up, he is. He's going to get the Rotorua car. Humphreys goes through. So Taniwha puts Dale Stewart into the wall. Checkered flag. Ethan Rees comes across the line.
Unofficially, as they finished, 1-2-7, Ethan Rees first across the line. 3 NZ, Adam Joblin second. 2 NZ, Jordan Deere third. 94p, William Humphreys fourth. And rounding out your top 5, the 23R of Lance Ashton. Unofficially, though, your new 1 NZ, the 94p of William Humphreys. Second will be the 3 NZ of Adam Joblin. And third, the 2 NZ of Jordan Deere. Put your hands together, though, for William Humphreys. A stellar drive from him. Started way down the back.
That's fascinating. The 2 and 3 NZ just swapped numbers.
Yeah.
Is that right? They have, haven't they?
They have, yep.
Incredible.
Just down here with Jordan Deere, the new 3 NZ Jordan. You're going to do a trade a number with Joblin.
Yeah, I mean, bloody awesome. Big thanks to Wayne out there who's helping me out in that last heat, and obviously all the Palmy guys taking out plenty of top contenders. So big thanks to everyone and my crew. You know, they got me out there every race and always putting in the hard work. And Wayne's crew getting his car back out there, you know, couldn't do it without them. So over the moon.
Adam Joblin taking off all his gear. Adam, at the start of the night, we talked about changing your number and moving up the podium. You've gone up a spot. Maybe next year it'll be the one, but fantastic weekend, and that's an incredible result. 2 years in a row on the podium. Well done.
Cheers, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit speechless at the moment. You know, we had a good run in the first race, and then the second race we're a bit off song with, you know, we're getting spat out a little bit there, and we managed to get a reasonable result. And then, you know, starting from towards the rear of the grid there, we knew we just had to give it everything we had, and we knew there was going to be there was some tough challenges, and obviously, yeah, Jason Long was going to be one of them, and you know, we managed to scrape by. You know, awesome job by Simon and the rest of the Palmy guys. You know, they really helped out tonight. Huge congrats to William, much deserved. He was you know, his faster weekend, and yeah, really deserved it.
William, we'll go back to the start of the night, and we're having a chat, and you were under control in that car. You said, "Oh, hard work done last night. Just going to go and enjoy it out there tonight." Boy, you got to enjoy something tonight. Unofficially, the New Zealand Superstock champion.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed this. We'll enjoy this long into the night. Just thank all the crew, thank all the sponsors, just everyone who's helped out this weekend, all the Palmy guys. Just big thanks to Vanessa. Yeah, just unreal.
It's going to take a while to sink in, isn't it? Because it's great that you talked to us. You just come off the track in a torrid final. Incredible racing, lots of reds, rolls, all sorts of stuff going on. You just did the job. You nearly got cleaned out. You know what? I think you owe Thomas Stanaway a beer. Someone had a go at you. I'm trying to remember who it was, but because Stanaway was out there, he was the one that shot up and got rolled.
Yeah, no, that definitely helped. Yeah, I saw him there. I knew it was going in, but yeah, just kept the foot up and bounced on through, and yeah, I was stoked.
Simon Joblin's come over to shake hands, handing over the title, 1 NZ. Simon, I know, tough, not odd one being out, having a lot of dramas in the last one there, but worthy champion taking over from yourself.
Oh yeah, it is, and you know, I'm glad we can repay him for the favours he's done to us over the years. So well done, William.
Absolutely, and well said, because you remember the mate, and he has. So you've been there at times and help each other out. So
yeah, well done, mate.
Is this the stuff that starts to bring it home? All these guys coming up, and congratulations, all your mates, guys you race with week in and week out.
Oh, it's just awesome to see all the support we've got out there, and yeah, all the other drivers out there the whole weekend. You know, it was all run exceptionally well, and yeah, it was awesome.
Enjoy the next 12 months. William Humphreys with the 1 NZ on the side of the car, the New Zealand Superstock champion.